Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and I am on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. If any of that interests you, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and join me on this journey. Stay tuned for today's video because today is a Financial Friday video, and I am recapping my yearly budget. So each month I do a budget recap, but then I started this yearly budget at the end of the year, and I kind of recapped last year at the end of last year, and then realized that I had been kind of doing my budget wrong like all year long. And I also liked the idea of tracking my yearly budget along with a monthly budget. So I will link last year's budget up in the sky for you, but it was off like all year long. And this year I've kept up with it and made sure that I am doing everything right. At least I hope so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the first 3 months of the year and then go over the next 3 months of the year, and then I'll show you kind of where I am total wise and where I kind of hope to end up by the end of the year. So if you watch my regular budgets, then you will actually kind of be familiar with the colors. And so for my church, in January I gave $125, in February $100, in March $100. And then for my savings, it was really just the interest that I earned on my Capital One 360 accounts. And so there's $5.12. That was because in December I had a lot of money in there and then paid off a huge student loan, and then it went down. So there's $1.36 and then $1.35 in March. My rent payment is actually a payment to my undergraduate student loans. I live at home, so I just pay my undergraduate loans that my parents are technically paying, and just cut out the middlemen, which are my parents, and they pay me the difference on that because my rent is actually lower than this. So in January, February, March, I'm on just like an automatic payment actually, and my payment is $273.66. Then for debt, this is for my graduate student loans. I have a minimum payment, which has gone down as I keep paying off some of the more individual. There were 6 loans that were in there, and as I pay loans off, then my minimum payment keeps going down. You can't see it, but I can. So in January, my minimum payment was $129.91, and then I added $1167.66 on top of that minimum payment. In February, I don't have the minimum payment on there, but I put $3,058.37 towards debt. And then in March, my minimum payment was $125.23, and then I put an extra $1,304.94 to debt. And then my sinking funds, you can see where I've just kind of usually put around $200 to $250 in there, and then of course I have a total for that. In April to church, I put $145. In May and June is $120. I have raised up the amount of giving, and so I'm now giving $30 a week instead of $25 like I was before. My savings, you can see there's a difference here. In April it was $1.41 from my Capital One interest. But then in May, that's when I decided to leave my teaching job and search for another one. And so I went into store mode, bare budget mode, and now all of my extra debt payment is going towards savings just in case I don't find a job. And once I do have a job with a paycheck secured, it will all go towards debt. So I put $1.46 from savings in May from my interest, and then $3,211.36 extra. And then in June I had $1.79 from interest from Capital One 360, and then put an extra $2,111.93. My rent payment stayed the same. My debt payment went from see, the minimum payment here was $110.24, and then you can see that is the minimum payment in May and June. And then I put an extra $1,629.54 towards debt. My sinking funds, you can see they went down. Actually, it stayed up here because I put that money in at the beginning of the month now, and then it was the end, like middle to end of May, where I decided to leave my job. So $361.20 in April. This was raised up because I had a lot of extra income in April. And then in May, $230.50, and then in June, $170, and that will probably go down unless I find a job. For my fixed expenses, my HP Instant Ink. It was on a much higher plan, a printing plan, and it was $15.89. In December, I lowered it down, and then they didn't lower my bill, and so I called and I talked to them, and then I was able to get February and March for free because they didn't lower my bill down when they were supposed to in January. They overcharged me, so that's why it's 0 and 0. And then April, May, and June, it's now the correct amount, $5.29. My Verizon bill, I paid $68.18 in January, $53.17 in February. I'm not really sure why January was so much. Oh, I remember why January was so much. That happened because my phone, I went and got my phone, I got a new battery in my iPhone in December, and then they messed it up and I was no longer connected to my Wi-Fi, and I thought that I was, because I was really only using it at home, and then all of a sudden I got a charge on my Verizon bill that said that I went over my data allowance, and I was like, how did that happen? And so then I went and had my phone, they actually gave me a brand new phone because they messed it up. My Wi-Fi and GPS wasn't working. It has something to do with where the battery is and the wires and all that, and since they replaced my battery, then they gave me a new phone, and so then my bill is back to normal, $53 somewhere in there. $53.17 in February, $53.15 in March, and then $53.11, $11, and $12 in April, May, and June. My Netflix, I was paying $10.99 in January and February, and then in March I decided to get rid of Netflix. I wasn't watching it as much as I wanted to, and it was another $11 that I could save, so I decided to cancel it. So April, May, and June, again, $0 on that. I would like to get Netflix again for the summer, but I'm not going to be able to do that until I have a job secured. There are some shows that have been updated with new seasons, and I really want to watch them, but not until I have a job. Then for my variable expenses, if you watch my budget videos, you'll notice that the colors coordinate because I love coordinating colors. And my gas, I spent $39.77 in January, $76.18 in February, $65.49 in March. Groceries, $26.65, $56.17, $61.60. Teaching, I had a $60 budget on that for the most part, and I spent $26 in January, $62.01, and then $80.37 in February, March. Spending, I'm actually really surprised that I have spent so little money. $11.78, $26.87, $33.56. Like, what? Oh my gosh. I don't know how I didn't spend money, but I just wasn't spending. And I know that I didn't spend that much in the next 3 months, but I'll go over those in just a moment. Restaurants, $36, $58.63. Apparently I ate out a lot in February, and then in March, $8. Weight loss category, this one is so high, $216.27, because I was starting new diet bets. $52.82 in February, and then $67.03 in March. So April, May, and June, gas $144.10. That's because I drive like over an hour every weekend to work at Keeneland, and so I use a lot of extra gas in April and October. And then in May, $75.18. That's right on target for what I normally spend in a month. And then June, $89.69. Groceries, $115.98 in April. That's I guess I spent a lot. I don't know why that was so much, especially compared to the rest of the year. And then in May, $39.16, and then in June, $0. And then for my teaching allocation in April, $96.38, in May, $49.82, and then in June it was $0. My spending money, $45.31. I did spend more in April, I guess. I'm not really sure what I spent money on in April. I could look it up in my budget, but anyway. And then $9.99, and then $9.21. So my spending overall for this whole year is very, very minimal. I'm very surprised. Restaurants, $7.79, $43.31. I ate out a lot in May. And then $26.50 in June. And then my weight loss category, $38. I that's kind of like the cost of a 5K, really, I guess, if you buy ahead of time. And then $0 in the month of June, just because I couldn't find a good 5K that I liked in July, because I buy that ahead of time. My sinking funds for the year, I spent in January $21.98 from medical. In February, $405.47 to Progressive. That's for my car insurance. I do that every 6 months and save quite a bit of money by paying every 6 months. And then $6.45 in medical. In March, I did $60.05 from miscellaneous. I'm not sure what I paid $60 towards, but my miscellaneous fund is for like my racing license in order to work at Churchill Downs in Keeneland, and my Amazon Prime, which that comes up in May, and I decided not to continue that until I have a job. Car repairs and replacement, $53.35. I think I got an oil change. And then medical, $36.98. Man, I was not doing so well the first 3 months of the year. And then my laptop fund, I spent $39 for my laptop fund. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, but anything that is like electronic related comes from the laptop fund. So if I bought a new external hard drive, if I bought a new camera, if I bought like a camera tripod, anything that comes from there. Oh, I remember what that is. That was TubeBuddy. I got a special deal for a lifetime TubeBuddy subscription, and for $39, which is basically like 3 or 4 months of TubeBuddy, and then I get it forever for that one price. So that's what that was. And that is kind of YouTube, laptop, all of that is kind of like rolled into the same category. So that's what that is. In April, I did not spend anything from my sinking funds. In May, I spent $84.79 on car repairs and replacement. Maybe that was my oil change and new windshield wipers, I think. I don't know what the other one was. Oh, I know what the other one was. That one was like a tire or something. Something was wrong with my tire, I think. And then $11.65 from medical. Wow, I didn't realize I got sick that often, but apparently I had a really bad bout with allergies this year. And then in June, I didn't spend anything from my sinking funds. For my income for the year, I've actually given a total, but then I've also split it up into my regular paycheck, my side hustle, so anything that I work towards extra money for, and then extras are things like, you know, if I get a refund or snack reimbursement and those kinds of things, those fall under extra. So in January, I made $2,383.56. I didn't make any extra from side hustles, but I did have $87.89 extra. Yeah, my notes here say extra weight loss for getting ahead in 5Ks and diet bets, which is why that was over. And then Verizon was over because the Wi-Fi wasn't working properly, and I had to get a new phone. In February, I made $4,063.06, and that's because I had extra tax return, and so that came in my extras, $1,749.05, and my side hustles was $22.15 from Poshmark. In March, I made $2,407.21. There were my state taxes, and then I had a Capital One 360 referral bonus that I got. That was $20 on that. You'll notice that my paycheck went down a little bit, and that's because like my health insurance premium went up, and I also got vision insurance, which costs a little bit more, and then the tax codes always change when the new year starts, and so one of these checks came from December, and then the next one was from the new year, like after the new year. That's why there's a difference in there, because I count the last check of the month as the first of the month, and so that's why there's a difference here. The rest of these will all be the same for my paycheck. In April, I made $3,027.01. Most of that was from side hustles from working at Keeneland, $733.74. Yeah, that's why I drive over an hour to work on the weekends. It's a lot of money. It's great. And then in May, I made $4,261.08. Most of that is side hustle from Churchill. I might have gotten another paycheck from Keeneland at the end of the month. I'm not really sure. So side hustle is $1,905.58. And then I also had snack reimbursement and then a Scholastic refund. And so that's where the extra money came from. And then in June, I made $2,971.43. I had side hustles from Churchill, Poshmark, Capital One referral. I had extra income from snacks, diet bet, and credit card rewards points, where I cashed those out for the month of June, from like the whole year. Okay, so far in 2018, my non-negotiables. Church, I have given $710. In savings, I have put $5,335.78. My rent, I have paid $1,641.96, and I have put $7,746.37 towards debt. Had I not been in transition, or I already had a job lined up, then that would be another $5,000 added onto there, and it would be, oh my gosh, it would be over $12,000 put towards debt so far. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts, but I'm getting there. It will go towards debt. It just not right away. And then my sinking funds, I have put $1,458.04 in sinking funds. My HP Instant Ink, I have paid $31.76. Verizon, $333.84, and then Netflix, only $21.98. It's not bad when you don't pay for it all year long, I guess. I have spent $490.41 on gas, $299.56 in groceries, $314.58 on teaching supplies. I have spent $136.72 on myself. Oh my gosh, that's so little. So little. Wow. $180.23 at restaurants, and then $412.12 on weight loss, which most of that weight loss money I will get back because it's like through ytvsbed, and most of it is from ytvsbed, and so I will like get a lot of that back actually. I have spent $719.72 from sinking funds, $405.47 of that was from Progressive, $60.05 of that is from miscellaneous, $138.14 of that is car repairs and replacement, $77.06 of that is medical, and then $39 for my laptop fund, YouTube, all that stuff. So now you can see where my spent equals my income, and last year's yearly budget recap didn't equal out. It was so messed up, but it is equal, and I'm making sure that it stays equal. So my total income for the year so far is $19,113.35. $13,754.97 of that is from my regular paycheck. $3,117.45 of that is from extra side hustles, and $2,240.93 of that is from extras, just like random money that I get. I'm so glad that I decided to do this like halfway through the year recap just to see where I am for the year. I never really look at the totals, even though I added at the end of the month, I added in, and I'm kind of like, oh, well, that's cool. I didn't spend as much as I thought, or, oh, I spent more on that than I thought. And I'm really surprised. I'm surprised at how much I've had to spend in my medical fund. Kind of makes me feel like that fund is more important than I thought that it was, just because I feel like I never really get sick, but then I've spent a lot of money on medical supplies. Mostly allergy medicine that doesn't work. I think some of that might have been like from contacts. I might have spent some extra money on contacts or something like that, but still, I'm spending more money in medical than I thought that I would. And then my spending money is very, very, very minimal. I always try to keep that down, but I've always given myself plenty of wiggle room in that category, and I'm extremely surprised that it was so low all year. There was only 1 month that I spent more, so I'm really surprised. So if you don't do a like yearly budget, or maybe you just like set up a yearly budget but then you don't add to it, I highly suggest this, because looking at it, looking and seeing where I'm going for the year, it gives me more motivation. And then it's also kind of like wow, I really don't need as much money in certain categories as I thought, and maybe I do need more money in other categories than I thought that I did. It's just a good way to kind of like step back and just readjust and just kind of like reconfigure the money and where it's going. So I highly suggest doing this if you have not done it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you do a yearly budget on top of your monthly budgets. Also, don't forget to like this video for spending so little on myself. Wow. And also subscribe if you are not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!